God bless everybody. Andy here with the thought of the day. And today's thought is standards. We all have them, right? Standards. We have them on everything. We have standards on how we behave. We have standards on how we work. We have standards on our family. We have standards for everything. Expectations, right? Rules that we follow. There's code of conduct, right? When you're at work, you got to dress a certain way, you got to behave a certain way, right? Otherwise, you get in trouble with HR. So, why is it okay for us to be, or why are we okay with those standards? But when we come to church, when it comes to God, we start to combat those standards. I mean, do you guys agree with me that God has standards? That to be in God's presence, there are standards? I mean, Jesus says in the Bible, he tells us, come as you are. He never says stay as you are, right? He never says come and just stick your toes in the water and step out and continue on your life and whatever you want, I'm here still. He never says that. He says come as you are and I will transform you. I will restore you. I will redeem you. I will call you my son, my daughter. There are standards in everything in life. But we always seem to have a problem when it comes to church, when it comes to God. The way we dress, the way we behave, the things that we do, the music we listen to, the friends we surround ourselves with. Even your application of, or your discipline when it comes to reading the word, to praying, to fasting, to your attendance to church. I mean, people are more diligent to make it to work than they are to church. People find it more important to behave a certain way so that you keep your job instead of, hey, maybe I need to behave a certain way because I want to honor God. But that's the key thing, right? It's what we benefit out of. Obviously, you're gonna do your best to follow the rules at work because you need your job, because you gotta pay bills. But do we see that level of importance when it comes to God? I need to change the way I am. I need to behave. I need to be proper. I need to be, different when I'm in God's presence because I want God's blessing, because I want God in my life, because I love God and I see him work. Do we put that same urgency, that same level of reverence and respect that we do at work, that we do with our family? I mean, we're so accustomed to everything being our way, yet we are still willing to surrender our rights. I mean, take the movie theater, right? I mean, at least when I was younger and I was going to the movie theater, it's a known rule. You turn your phone off, you put it in silent. You don't just answer a call in the middle of the movie. There are situations you that require your behavior to change. You have to prepare for, right? Like you go in the movie theater. When I was younger, you dress up nice to go to the movie theater. When you go to court, right? Best example, right? When you go to court, you wear your nice threads, right? But nowadays, going to church has become, I just got out of bed, let me put on my sweats and I'll go to church. No pastor's gonna there might be some pastors. I know at least my pastor, right? He's not gonna come and confront you about the way you dress to church, right? Come as you are. But at some point, it's a conviction of mine. I feel, for me specifically, there has to be a growth, a transformation, a change. If I'm meeting God every time as I am, and I'm still in the same muck, in the same situations, in the same feelings that I constantly am, then what is he really doing in my life? Is he changing me? Is he transforming me? Am I a testimony of his goodness and faithfulness if I don't change, if I don't transform? It fills my mind with so many questions when I see just Christians continuously walk in their path, in their faith, And I mean, they got years in the ministry, years attending church, and they don't change. They're still in the same things that they're into, wondering why their life is still the way it is. It's because we're not willing to change, and we're not willing to surrender. We're not willing to treat God for who He is, the reverend, sovereign Lord who speaks creation. I mean, do you think why God whispers to you? I always go back to this thought, right? Why does God whisper to me? Why can we only hear God through the silence? Why is it that isn't He just blatantly obvious speaking out? Andres, Andy, I'm here. You know, why doesn't He do that? Well, that's because the last few times He spoke, planets exploded into existence. Time and space became a thing. You don't want God to just open His mouth for nothing. You know, when it came to the plagues, He didn't say a word. He moved His finger. That's what the Bible tells us. So it's treating God with the same level of respect and honor that He is due. I mean, guys, we do it for everything else. Why can't we do it for church? Why can't we do it for God? It's for our own benefit. Right? You go to the court dressed all nice because you want to be respected, because you want people to treat you a certain way, and because that's the expectation when you're there. It's the same thing. It's the same thing at church. Now, I would never recommend people start judging others because of what they're wearing. No, but if you're professing that you're a gospel preaching Christian, but you have no reverence, you have no fear of the Lord in your heart, you have no love for yourself and for just the people around you, and I begin to question a lot. Now, I'm not one to condemn anybody. That's not what I'm called to do. God has called me and you to be living testimonies, and that's it. So please, nobody get me twisted, wrong, because God is the judge. And the path that you're walking is different than mine. So I can't judge. But I can question. And I will go back to my father and tell him, Dad, God, I don't know, but it just doesn't seem right. And I will pray for you. And I will pray and ask God to if everything is going great, then great. Continue to bless him. And if there's something wrong, please, God, open up his heart, open up her heart. Let's talk about it. Let's have convictions. Let's have the Holy Presence just work in us. But let's not ever blame God on why our life is still the same, because walking in faith requires active participation. You can't walk in faith if you're not walking. And if you're stationary in faith, faith ain't coming. So God bless you guys. Let's just ponder on that thought. Standards. We should have them. God bless, guys. Be safe out there. Have a good evening.